is. Now, my question to you is this. We need to find Kaylee. I understand that right now, Kaylee may not be in very good shape. You understand what I'm saying? She may not be the way we or the way your family last remembers her. We need to find out from you where Kaylee is. This right now is this is going so far downhill, and this has become such a mess that we need to end it. It's very simple. We just need to end it.
I agree with you. I have no clue where she is.
Sure you do.
If I knew in any sense where she was, this wouldn't have happened at all.
You know, the stuff about Zanny, the caretaker or the nanny taking care of him, it's not the truth, because it went to the apartment complex. There's no person that ever lived there by that name. The apartment's been vacant since March. That same apartment. Now, the apartment that you pointed out to me, the two-story apartment, that's an old folks home. It's right across the street from your ex-boyfriend's house, who you never mentioned. And you said you wrote the address down because it was across the street. That's a lie, because I've already talked to him, and we've already been by the house, and we've already looked at everything we need to look at over there. Everything you told us is a lie. Well, now there's a couple of ways that this goes. Right now, we can, I've never met you before, so I can look at you in a couple of ways. I can look at you as a person who's scared, who's concerned, and who's kind of afraid of what's going to happen because of something bad that happened before. Or we can look at you as cold, callous, and a monster who doesn't care, who's just trying to get away with something something bad that happened and trying to cover it up. It's going to be one of those two options. Now, from what I've already talked to you, okay, you seem like a very bright young lady. You don't seem like someone who has no education. All right. Now, what we have to do is we have to determine which way is this going to go. Are you a person who's scared about the consequences of what happened? Are you scared about something that happened? Or are you really this cold, callous person who doesn't care about what happened? It's one of these two options.
I'm scared that I don't know where my daughter is. I would not have put my entire life.
Hold on. I want to ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, you seem like a pretty bright person. Okay, you're here willingly, right? You're here because you're here to try to help, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Your whole reason for talking to us is to try to help, right? Nobody's forced you to talk to us, right?
No.
You want us to. You're here because you called. You want us to help find your daughter, right? Now let me ask you something. I want you to put yourself in somebody else. Put yourself in my shoes for a minute, okay? Since you talked to him this morning in an attempt to try to help find your daughter, you've given him bad addresses, okay? You drove me all the way out here. We walked from the gate back here on the way to your office, right? Okay? To an office that you don't have. We got all the way to the building, into the hallway out here before you finally says, well, I really don't have an office here. But we were walking to your office, right? Okay, so does any of this make sense to you?
I understand how all that sounds.
No. Here's the problem with that, okay? You can carry the weight of this around for a long time. It's not going to get any easier, okay? What he's trying to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you, in the amount of time that I've done this, almost 30 years now, okay? I've learned this. People make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. The three of us have all made some mistakes in our lives. We've done some things we're not proud of, okay? But then there comes a point in time, you either own up to it, you say you're sorry, you try to get past it, or you lie about it, you bury it, you lie about it, you bury it, you lie about it, you bury it, and it just never, ever, 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 ever goes away, okay? That's it, okay? Now, I want you to stop and think about what's going on here, okay? At this point, we can explain that you're afraid, that you were ashamed of maybe something bad that happened, you were afraid that maybe it happened. But now that we're giving you this opportunity, and you continue to lie, then what happens at some point, it becomes, there's no excuse, there's no reason, there's no reasonable person to look at us and go, wow, this is a person who really just doesn't care. Okay? I mean, think about what we've done so far, okay? You say you call us because you want our help, you want us to find your daughter, okay? I'm calling you and I'm asking you for help. I'm asking you to help me find my child that's been gone now for a month, okay? And to help me find the child, what I've done to this point as I've given you a bunch of bad addresses to go look at, addresses of people that don't exist, okay? Then I take you to a place where I tell you that I work, okay? And I walk you past the security gate, okay? On the way to my office that I don't have, okay? You start to get the picture? Or do you understand where we're headed here?
I understand.
Okay? Now, you know, by hiding this, by burying this, okay, you are not going to get yourself to a better place, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to cause everybody else around you to suffer, okay? And then at some point, this is going to come out. It always does. It always comes out, okay? Now, your best bet is to try to put this behind you as quickly as you can. Go to your parents and tell them, you know, some horrible accident, whatever happened, get it out in the open now, okay? Instead of letting them worry, okay? How old are you?
22.
At some point, okay, you're going to want to mend things with your family, okay? You let this drag out for another 3 days, another week, another 2 weeks, okay? You make us solve this some other way. We'll solve it. We always do, okay? Okay? I mean, there's no point in coming forward and saying, oh my God, this is what really happened, once we figured it out, okay? You ever had anybody do anything wrong to you? Everybody hurt you in any way, okay? Let me ask you a question. When somebody's hurt you in the past, and they've come to you and said, I'm sorry, okay? I'm from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry for what happened. Do you forgive them?
Yeah.
What about somebody that does something even in their lies? You forgive them?
A lot harder to sometimes.
A lot harder to? Tell me the last time somebody hurt you over and over and let you suffer for a period of time and then lied about it, and then you caught them, okay? Well, once you caught them, that apology didn't mean a hell of a lot, did it? Okay? All right? Right now, your best bet is to just get it out in the open, whatever happened, and tell us now, okay? So we can kind of start getting past this. Try to help you explain, okay? Because keep in mind, you're talking to people, there's nothing you're going to tell either of the three of us that's going to surprise us, okay? I had to sit down with mothers who rolled over their babies accidentally. I've had to sit down with mothers whose kids have drowned in swimming pools. I've had to sit down with mothers who had boyfriends who beat their kids to death, you know, who felt horrible about what happened, and I've had to go to them and help them try to explain to their families. Okay? And then I've also had to deal with people who have done horrible, unspeakable things to children and then lied about it, okay? And I'll bet you somewhere in there I've probably dealt with somebody who maybe made a mistake, but continued to lie about it. Maybe they weren't such a bad person, but maybe the whole world didn't see it that way. Maybe their family didn't see it that way because they kept lying about it. And then when it finally came in, months down the road, or days down the road, when they finally decided to come forward, okay, people passed it. You told me that you lied to me for the last time. I don't listen to what you have to say. Don't talk to me anymore, okay? We've had to, we've had to go into court and try to help people explain situations. And we've had to go into court at times and say, the person just never said. They kept lying to us and kept lying to us and lying to us and lying to us, okay? We're all human beings, okay? You tell me. I mean, you're a smart person. Figure it out, okay? So far, the only thing that we can say for sure at this point, okay, is that you have lied to him about all these things. You brought us here, okay? All right? Now, I want you to look at this from an outsider's perspective. Somebody somewhere down the road, we have to decide, how this all plays out. What would you do? How would you see that person? How would you see that person differently? You might see somebody, maybe a young mother who made a mistake, and, maybe initially was afraid to tell the truth, but at some point came forward and said, horrible thing happened. I'm sorry. I feel terrible about it, but I have to tell you.
The horrible thing that happened, and this is the honest to God's truth, of everything that I've said, I do not know where she is. The last person that I saw her with is Zenaida. She's the last person that I've seen my daughter with.
See, here's the problem. I think Sergeant Allen's trying to get to this, is that we know that's not the truth. We know, listen, we know that's not true. That can't be the truth. Because if that were the truth, everything you would have told us would have been on the money. The addresses you would have taken us would have been on the money. Everything else would have matched. If you had told us the truth, we wouldn't be here at Universal Studios at a place that you've been fired since 2006, with you trying to explain to us, you know, you have an office and all that stuff. Who wouldn't be here? So we know, and this is the part we need to get past, we already know that you're not telling us the truth, that you know what happened to Kaylee, you know where Kaylee is. But here's what we're trying to get by, is that you fall into one of two categories, and I'm sure he explained it, I explained it, is that if this is something that an accident that happened, and no matter how you think people are going to look at you, they're going to look at you a lot worse if you continue to show that you're callous or not caring, and that you just show complete dispassion and disregard for human life. Or they can look at you as someone that, you know what, I can understand, I'm a young mother, or she's a young mother, first child, something horrible happened. She's thinking, oh my God, my life isn't going good right now. I already know my life is struggling. People don't see me in that great of a light. I know I got problems at home, I know I got problems with friends, I know I got problems at work or lack of work. All of a sudden, something bad happens to my child, and people are going to think, I'm just a devil. See, there's a difference between this person who makes a mistake and says, listen, I'm sorry, this is the reason I lied to you, this is the reason I was scared, compared to the person who might sit here and say, I have no idea what you're talking about. There's a big difference there. And I can tell you now that everything you told me is a lie. Everything that you told me this morning from Zenny, from the addresses, from Universal, from all these people that you talked to, including people that you never told me their names, and I found them and talked to them. You know, everything that you told me this morning is a lie. Every single thing. There's one of two options right now. You need to tell me the truth, and we can work with that. Or if you continue down this path and continue lying, I can tell you that when this snowball gets at the bottom of the hill, the only person who's going to get hurt in it is you.
That's not true. A lot of people around you get hurt.
Your
A lot of
parents.
people are hurting right now, and
And you know what? One person put a stop to that.
I've been trying.
You haven't been
Wait
right.
a minute, okay. Let's go through this again, okay? Stop